All right, I have another 30-ish minute workout for you, so make sure you've done your dynamic warm-up. So if you watched my previous video, I did a very similar workout in terms of body parts, but I just used bands, and they were hooked up to this wall behind me. But today, I'm going to go ahead and do dumbbells. So same muscle groups working, it's a full body workout, but we're going to use dumbbells for the most part, and some body weight as well. So the first exercise was a row. Last time I showed you, we did it with a band. I'm going to go ahead and show you what it would look like with dumbbells. So you're going to go ahead and take a couple of dumbbells, and it's your hinged forward. So it's a two-arm dumbbell row. So you'll hinge your body forward and squeeze the shoulder blade at the top. So we're going to do 30 seconds. Go ahead and join me. So either the body is hinged forward and the hands are facing the body, or the body's hinged forward and my elbows can be slightly out. So this is more of a wide row. So this is more upper back, and this is more middle and pretty much the whole back. So you can mix it up. Sometimes it's fun to alternate or do half and half. All right, that is our 30 seconds. So the next exercise I'm going to be showing you is an alternating side. We did a crunch when I did it with the band. We're going to do the opposite direction with a dumbbell. So we're working our obliques and all of our deep down core muscles. I call this a dump the bucket. So we're going to be using a dumbbell, coming down through the middle and going over the shoulder. Now, if it's not okay in your back to go this full range of motion, just limit it. You could also do one side at a time, and then halfway through you'd switch, which would be now. But if you're able, dump your bucket of water to that shoulder, bucket of water, over the shoulder, over the shoulder, over the shoulder, core working, and rest. All right, so again, on the last video, I did a mini band squat with a lateral lift. Well, I'm going to grab that mini band again. It's a great source for strengthening up those hips. But this time, we're going to add a little weight. So we're going to use some dumbbells to make it a little bit harder. So I'm going to hold on to a couple of dumbbells, do my squat, knees are pressing out, and I lift. I'm going to keep going on one side. So my knees and my toes are pointed forward on that lateral lift. My knees are pressing out against that band as I squat. Now, if for some reason the squat doesn't work, just do the lift. Some reason the lift doesn't work, just do the squat. You could also double pulse. Let's switch sides and make it a little more challenging for that squat. All right, let's rest. So the last video that I did, again, we didn't have any added resistance, adding a dumbbell this time for our jack. So jumping jack, I'm going to press my arms up as I jump out. So let's go. Now again, knees don't like bouncing. Just tap it out. And if for some reason it doesn't work to press up, just hold the weight at your chest. Anytime you add some resistance, you're going to elevate the heart rate more, make the muscles work harder. And of course, right now the band is up around my knees. If I moved it lower, go ahead and rest, it would be harder. So we'll take that off. Again, in the last video, I did a band fly. Well, I'm going to go ahead and use my dumbbells, and this first set, I'm going to do it on my bench. So when I'm doing flies, it's a nice, slow, and controlled movement. So my arms go out, my hands are in line with my chest. So not way up over my face, not by my belly button, but my hands in line with my pectoral region. So nice and slow. Now, if I didn't have enough weight, you can see I'm double pulsing. If I didn't have enough weight to challenge myself, I would double pulse. Now you'll notice I'm not going past my body. That's really important. Don't let your hands go past the point where you can see them in your peripheral vision. So we have punches, which is basically an alternating chest press. So I'm going to leave my hands up, and then I'm going to alternate my arms. So these are very similar muscle groups working. So sometimes this second set, this set of punches, you might need to lower the weight just a little bit or slow it down. Maybe you don't do as many reps. And at the same time, I could double pulse if it's not enough weight. Double pulsing. Okay. All right. So we, on our last video, did circles. Now, our band circles are a way of really isolating the deep down core muscles and the obliques. So we can do that by doing a side plank hip lift. So it's very similar muscles working just in a different way. So side plank hip lift can be done on my knees or knees. So maybe the leg extends, maybe both are bent. We could stagger the feet, top leg in front of the other, or stack. And of course, I'll show you the other option, which is to come up onto an elevated surface. So I'll do this side here. So let's begin. So up and down, hip lift. And again, if it starts to bother my back or anything, I might choose to give myself more support with staggered feet or bring a knee down. Still doing the hip lift. Draw the core in tight. Try to stack your joints. So I'm not sticking my butt out. I'm not tucking it under. Everything is as close to postural alignment as possible. So same muscles working just in a different way from how we did circles with the band on my last video. All right, so we're going to do the other side. And again, just to show you, we have the option to do on an elevated surface. It would look like this. So same exercise. I'm just not having to hold as much of my weight up on this. So maybe my shoulder isn't handling the exercise, but my core could. So if I bring myself up, I might be able to do it. Let's go 5 more seconds. And we rest. All right, so we're on to triceps. So we did tricep kickbacks on the band. We also did tricep kickbacks or presses over the head with the band. I'm going to go ahead and do something similar here. So these are called skull crushers, but please don't really crush your skull. I'm going to take my 2 dumbbells and I'm going to straddle my head. You'll notice my elbows are pointed straight up to the ceiling. Okay, so I'm not going way back behind myself, and I'm not going right here. This, I'm not feeling anything in my triceps. This might be too much for the shoulders. Right next to my temples, squeezing up. I could double pulse these if I'm not getting enough. If it's too much, alternate the arms. And rest. Okay, so the next one is our deadlift. So again, the option was 2 dumbbells or 2 legs or 1 leg. I'm going to use 2 dumbbells for either choice. So if I'm on 2 feet, hinging forward here, my core is tight. You notice my knees are soft. So I'm not turning it into a squat by bending them a lot, but I'm also not locking them out. Back in the day, when I first started, we called these stiff-legged deadlifts. Please don't stiffen up your legs. There should be some softness to it. And again, you could do this on 1 leg if you like. And that challenges your balance. You could go tippy-toe on the ground if you need a little bit of an assist. You can certainly also hold on to something and just hold on to 1 dumbbell. That's another choice. If you're doing 1 leg, let's switch. If you're on 2, keep going. Core tight. Now you'll notice I am not looking down at the ground. I'm kind of looking at the camera. but I'm looking forward. As soon as I look down, I tend to round my spine. If I round my spine, a couple things. I might hurt myself, but also I'm probably going to tip over. All right, let's rest. So we're going to go ahead and do all those again. I'm going to increase my weight for these exercises so I can challenge myself a little bit more. You can do the same, or again, your choices are to double pulse some things, slow some things down, your choice. All right, so we have those rows again. So hinging forward with the body. So pick up those dumbbells very carefully, and let's begin. Core is tight. Now I'll go with both arms facing my body. And now remember, you have the option to maybe go wide row. So my elbows go out. Then you could also alternate if you started to fatigue a bit. Your back got tired, I recommend rest and then start again when your lower back has recovered. Okay, so when I say back, of course, I'm referring to lower back fatiguing. Any part, if you get too fatigued in your form of suffering, you really should stop and then start again when you've recovered. All right, so let's go to our next exercise. So this is the alternating dump the bucket. This is the core working again. So grab your dumbbell and let's go. Now I'm holding the dumbbell a little differently this time. Last time we kind of held it like this. This time I'm holding it like this. It just changes it a little bit. So see what feels best in your body, in your shoulders, in your back, maybe even in your hands. Sometimes one grip feels better than another. Five seconds. And rest. All right, so I'm grabbing that mini band again. It's going around my legs. You go right below the knees or right above the knees. I'm going to change it up a little bit. Last time I held on to 2 dumbbells down to my side. Great option. You could also hold on to a single dumbbell at your chest. There's a little more core work happening when you hold something up by your chest. That's what I'm going to do this time. Here we go. Squat, lift, squat, lift. Toes forward on that leg that's going out to the side. Okay, so what you don't want to do is turn it out. That actually means you're working different muscles than what we're trying to work. And I'm keeping tension on that band as I squat. Let's do the other side. Core tight, chest lifting. If I start to feel it in my knees, I might just leave the squat out. If I need more, I could double pulse it. Almost there, 5 more seconds. Rest. Okay, so we are back to that jumping jack with the dumbbell. Now remember, if jumping does not work for you, just tap it out. Pressing up doesn't work for you, just hold the weight at the chest. But if you're doing the whole thing, it looks like this. Now remember, lower is harder, so if you need more, bring it down a little bit. Need less, tap, tap, tap. Okay, remember, if I even need a little less on the legs, I just bring it back up again. So you can keep going by adjusting the level of challenge. Rest. All right. So we have your slide again. So we are back on the bench, or I've got my handy dandy ball over here. So this is another option. Of course, you can always do these on the floor as well. That's certainly another choice. Great option. If you don't have any of this stuff, no excuses. You can still do it. If you don't have a band, or a ball or a bench, you just do it on the floor. But if you're doing it on the ball, keep your hips lifted. Your head will be supported by the ball. That's important. And then keep your core really, really tight so you don't fall off the ball. So anytime you add an element of instability, it makes it harder to know that going in. Now my hips are working as I said, my core is working, and I'm a little less stable because this ball is moving around a bit. Again, I need more, double pulse. Slow, controlled movement. And I'm going right into my punches or alternating chest press. I say punches only because when we do it with a band, it almost looks like you're punching forward. Right now, it's kind of like I'm punching towards the ceiling, but it is an alternating chest press. I might need a little less weight, perhaps. These two exercises back to back are certainly working the same, in and around the same muscles, so maybe they get tired. All right, and we rest. All right, so remember those band circles when we did those with the band, the same thing, core working, obliques working. I can do this on the floor doing a side plank hip lift. Very similar muscles working. Let's go ahead and lift it up. You're either on your knees, staggering the feet, or stacking. My arm is externally rotated so I don't pinch the shoulder, and we go up and down. And I keep referring back to the previous video that I did. If you're not sure, I will send it to you. If you're not sure what I'm talking about, literally, same muscle groups working, just in a different way today. Rest. You always have options. Okay, let's do the other side. Go right to it when you get there. Core is drawn in. My hips are stacked. My elbow is right under the shoulder, externally rotating my hand and my arm so I don't hurt my shoulder. If I need less, of course, a knee can come down or both knees can come down. Certainly an option. 5 more seconds. And we rest. All right, so we have triceps again. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a little bit more weight this time for my skull crushers, and I'm going to do them on the ball again. So again, an element of instability, so I'm going to be really careful as I make my way down. Here we go, head on the ball, hips lifted, core tight, and I go. Slow and control. I need more, I can double pulse. I need a little break maybe, I go alternating instead. Now of course that upper arm is still working, but it gets a teeny little break when I alternate. If I feel like I'm fatiguing and I might actually crush my skull, I definitely recommend you take a break. Okay, 5 seconds. And rest. Go. Okay, so we are back to our deadlifts. So that's 2 feet or 1 foot. So you will choose what's appropriate for you. Core tight. Remember to keep your eyes lifted up. If you look down, remember you're probably going down. So let's not do that. All right, so go ahead and begin. Remember, it's either 2 feet on the ground, or I'm going to go ahead and do 1. Hips square to the ground, eyes forward, chest lifting, and all of that will help me balance. I'm still unsteady, maybe a tippy toe on the ground. Still keeping my spine super long. All right, other side if you're doing one side, otherwise keep going. Now you could double pulse these if they're too easy. Anything can add a double pulse. And it's going to make it harder. So, you could do that rather than going out and spending another however much for another set of dumbbells that's heavier. So if you're not challenged enough, there's other ways other than just piling on the weight to make it harder. One is to slow it down. One is to actually speed it up. One is to double pulse it. All right, let's rest. All right, guys. We just have one more round of all of those exercises. Go ahead and grab a quick sip if you need it. So I like to take a little teeny break between the one we just did and then our bent over row because, of course, we're hinged forward again, which means our back might already be tired. Now let's just say you went to go pick up the weights now and your back says, nope, I need more support. You could do a one-arm version of this exercise. Sometimes that happens at the end of your workout. You just start to get fatigued and whatever would normally support you is not there for you. So we can do a one-arm version. So now I'm supporting myself with my hand on a bench. And halfway through, I would switch sides. So let's begin. Same exercise, just with one arm. Now when I'm hinged forward and doing it with two arms, of course, additional muscles are working. The whole back side of my body is working, of course. Right now, it's mostly my lats. Drawing my core in, keeping solid in my posture, all that good stuff. So other stuff is working, just not as hard as it was when I wasn't supported. All right, you're doing one side, switch sides. If not, keep going on that bent over version. And again, if you need a break because your lower back doesn't like it, then take a break. We're almost there. Or if you need some time, you take some time, 5 seconds. And rest. All right. So we have that crunch standing upright. So that crunch is going to be based down the bucket when we're doing it with dumbbells. So here we go. Begin. Up and up and up. Core super tight. There is power behind the movement, but you're not out of control. You start to feel out of control, I recommend you take a break. And then start again when you're feeling recovered. It's important. This one can be challenging for the lumbar spine if you're not careful. And rest. Excellent. So let's put that mini band back on. So it's going to go again above the knees or right below the knees. And this guy is going to give me some challenge on my hips. If you don't have a mini band, you can still do the exercise. You just end up using your own body weight as the resistance instead of having some external resistance. So remember, 2 dumbbells down to the side, that's one option. Last time I did it was 1 at my chest. They just work the body a little different. So you make your choice. One or the other is going to probably be best for you today. Maybe different tomorrow. Okay, let's go. Outer hip working, quads working, glutes working, core working. Maybe I double pulse. I need more, I can double pulse. Keeping pressure on that band as I squat, so my knees aren't going to fall together. Okay, let's do the other side. Pretty close. 5 seconds. Rest. All right. So, grabbing that dumbbell for our jumping jack with the press up. Holding it up my chest, pressing up, unless pressing up doesn't work for me. All right, so here we go. Up. And we tap. Maybe don't press the arms. Core is tight. Keep going. 5 seconds. 10. All right. Heart rate's up. So So should yours be? I hope yours is up too. All right, so we're back to flies. I'm gonna go ahead and hop back on the bench again, just to show you what it would look like again on the bench. And remember, you can do these on the floor. If you did them on the floor, you could also lift your hips up and give yourself some glute and hamstring work at the same time. Your knees would be bent and your hips would be lifted. All right, so we are doing flies. So be careful as you lower down. My core is tight. Here we go. Now you notice my feet are up on the bench. I'm not a fan of having your feet on the floor. Most people tend to start to use their low back to help. So if my feet were down here and I've arched my spine to try to help me, and that can become a real problem. So my core is tight, my feet are up, so I'm more supported in my back, and I'm not going to try to use my back to help. If I need more, remember double pulse is an option. If I need less, I just, maybe slow it down or take a little break and start again. All right, so we are on to our alternating chest press. Notice one is always up, so one is always working. If I need more, double pulse. I want to speed it up a little bit. As long as I'm in control, I can. Notice I've got a 45-degree angle on my elbows and my hands, so I'm not winging my elbows back. That's a great way to hurt yourself. Rest. All right. Good. So we are moving on. Band circles is what we did on the last video. Same exercise is the side plank. Or same muscle groups, I should say. Side plank. So here we go. External rotation. Remember, you can do it on an elevated surface, not a problem. All right, so let's begin. Hip lift. Working those deep down core muscles as well as the obliques. Awesome. So you could do this exercise routine, maybe not the day after, but the day after that, if you did the last one with the band. Same muscles working, so I'd recommend skipping a day. Maybe do one of my other videos. Rest. And do the other side. Or just skipping a day altogether, maybe going for a walk or a run or a ride or something else instead. Mixing it up. Keep your body happy by mixing it up. Keep your body guessing by mixing it up. Just keep your body moving. That's the key in a variety of ways. We're getting real close to the end, guys. 2 more exercises after this, and then we're done. 5 seconds. Rest. All right, so again, I'm going to hop back on this bench and do my skull pressures. Again, please don't really press your skull. So working the triceps, that's what's most important here. So elbows stay in, they don't wing out. And then we go right next to the temples. You'll notice again, my feet are up on the bench for some support for my back. More. I double pulse. I needed less. I can alternate my arms. I need to take a break. I would take a break. So you only push through a challenging rep that still has good form. If I start to suffer in form, my elbows are winging, I'm trying to use a bunch of other stuff, I'm done, guys. Form is key. You're going to be sorry if you keep repeating an exercise with bad form. You're going to come to me later and go, ouch, my shoulder, my elbow, my knee, whatever it is. And then we're going to have to fix that before we can do it again, before we can do the exercise routine again. So let's avoid those injuries all the way around. All right, so last set of deadlift. Core super tight. Backs of the legs working. Again, maybe 2 feet on the ground. Let's go. Maybe if I have 2 feet on the ground, I double pulse. If I don't have enough resistance, I'm definitely gonna think about that double pulsing or doing one leg. Now, surprisingly, even with no weight, single-legged ones can be really challenging. Head up, chest up. That's true whether it's one foot on the floor, 2 feet on the floor, or doing a tippy-toe stagger stance sort of thing on the one leg. Head up, chest up. Switch sides. Maybe tippy-toe again. Head up, chest up. Maybe I'm lifting my foot up. I can even double pulse these. Second side. Last side. Last exercise. 5 more seconds. And rest. All right, guys. You killed it. I'm so proud of you. Let's keep it up. Keep coming back, doing these routines every other day or so. And then please, 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 make sure you stretch now, all right? Have the most fantastic day.